We are live, 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 live. Hey, welcome, welcome. I did a webinar earlier today on taming the video beast. There were a few tech problems, nothing insurmountable, but I decided to do an encore on Facebook Live so we could get a nice clean recording and we could show anybody who may have missed it all this good stuff about taming the video beast. So I, without further ado, am going to share my screen, and actually I'll share the entire screen so you can see it better and get right into it. All right, I think you can see my slides now. Very good. And we're going to get right into it because we got a lot of ground to cover and a lot of good stuff. And I know because we just finished a big month-long video a day promotion that video can be scary, but it does not have to be, because we can find workarounds to make it less intimidating. So let's jump right in. We're going to tame the video beast, and we are going to do that by showing you ways around it and by showing you that it is not that scary when you have a plan. I'm going to just check my Facebook page over here and see what's cooking there. Make sure it's broadcasting. Oh, yeah, it is broadcasting. Good. What do you know? All right. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We are going live to Facebook and YouTube, and we are sharing our Taming the Video Beast presentation. So again, it's not scary when you have a plan. And Vidyard did a survey recently and found that the most challenging obstacle to video marketing success is lack of an effective strategy. 44% said that the most challenging obstacle to video marketing success is lack of an effective strategy. And that's what we're going to talk about here. And that's the course that I'm going to tell you about a little bit later on doing a video marketing plan and having a video marketing strategy. In fact, I will go in here and put up the little link there in case anybody wants to check it out. You can go there and find out about the course that we're going to be starting next week, 1 week from today. In the meantime, let's take a look at some stats and tell you what's cooking in the land of video. People are lazy. Not really, but 72% of people would rather watch a video than read text. That's a really important number because you need to give folks content the way they want to consume it. And almost 3/4 of the world would rather watch a video than read text. In addition, video earns 12 times more shares than text and images combined, and viewers retain 95% of a message when they see it in video versus just 10% when they see it in text. Now, a lot has been said lately. This is a really recent study about the emerging field of video marketing, which is essentially video and marketing coming together, which I've been talking about for years. One of the things that was interesting in this particular study was that most videos are under 2 minutes. 52% are under 2 minutes. Another 28% are 2 to 5 minutes. So you might think, okay, yeah, I should make really short videos, right? I should keep my videos under 5 minutes. I mean, that's what 70, 80% of videos are. However, there's another stat that you don't want to be aware of, and that is that the engagement for video actually comes in between 2 to 5 minutes and even more at 5 to 15 minutes. So that's the thing that's kind of interesting. Even though short videos are great, there's definitely a place for videos that are longer because the engagement happens with videos that are between 2 and 15 minutes. So that's just something to be aware of when you are creating your videos. So keep in mind, it doesn't have to be really, really short, but there is a place for videos that have that are a little bit longer because that's where the engagement happens. So moving right along, video has become a really, really vital skill because we need it to make connections in our post-pandemic world. And you see all these different virtual events and virtual classes and virtual summits. And essentially, that's because virtual means video and video means virtual. Video is the new social, and it really is a necessity. What was once a luxury is now much more of a necessity. I'm going to go full screen here so you can see the screen a little bit better. And we'll move right along here. The other thing that's kind of interesting here is that, oops, did my slide move? Oh, there we go, sorry. That now that so many of us are under lockdown or confinement or not allowed to attend big events and not allowed to go to conferences and things like that for the time being, video is really not only the best way, but it's the only way we can connect and engage right now. So even before the pandemic, video was really dominating the internet, but now video is the single most engaging tool to connect with your audience. It also builds know, like, and trust faster than any other platform, and that's so important when you're doing business online, especially. You don't have the in-person contact that you would at brick and mortar. So video builds know, like, and trust, and video accelerates the sales process and generates revenue for your business. Simple as that. It gets you to the sale quicker because it builds know, like, and trust, and people want to buy from folks who they know, like, and trust. So let's get into some tips for taming the video beast. That is, after all, the name of this webinar and the purpose of this webinar. So we're going to talk a little bit about tips for taming the video beast. Here we go. First, keep it simple. Low tech is often the best tech. Now, I know I'm using StreamYard here to go live on Facebook, so that is a little bit more technology. And I've got the green screen and all that, but really, oftentimes people get too caught up in those bells and whistles and forget that low tech is often the best tech. Find the right tool for the job. Is it Facebook Live like this? It might be Zoom. It might be something else. You've got to find the right tool for the right video. I usually advise my clients and students to start with Facebook Live because it's low-hanging fruit. It's relatively easy. It is pretty informal. It's pretty casual. You can see here I'm just hanging out. As a matter of fact, having a beer because it is, after all, 7 o'clock at night. So I will toast to you and get back to my slides and show you that starting with Facebook Live is not a bad way to do video. You can also batch record several videos at once. This is one of my favorite little hacks. I know if I happen to find an unusually quiet time at home, that might be a good time to batch record several videos at once. So let's say, even with folks working at home, maybe it's quiet, maybe the dog's not barking, maybe the kids aren't raising hell. That may be a time to batch record several videos at once. So I often tell folks, look, if you're going to make a video, make 3 or 4 or 5 videos and get them all out of the way, and then you'll have them to schedule out when you want. And again, don't strive for total perfection. You've got to just get it done and get it out there. A lot of people get caught up in that perfection trap, and it really bogs them down. Commit to posting 1 video a week. That's a really good benchmark to go for. And again, if you're batch recording videos and you record 4 or 5, you've got 5 weeks worth of videos. So think about posting 1 video a week. Shoot for 1 a week. And of course, if you do get stuck or if you do need help, take a class, ask for help. The class that I'm doing next week is leborton.com/plan is called How to Create Your Video Marketing Plan to help you build strategy. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. In the meantime, let's move on. The big secret to conquering video and taming the video beast, the big secret is to start with a plan. That is the single best way to make video simpler. Know exactly what you're going to do going in and start with a plan. Know your goals, know your audience, and know the big result you provide for your clients. Now, in this course that we're going to do next week, and right now we'll show you some of the ways we do that. And we borrow quite a bit from the Book Yourself Solid system I am a Book Yourself Solid certified coach, as is my oftentimes partner, Dawn Doherty. She's an elite Book Yourself Solid certified coach. So we use this system, and we'll use some of this in the class to help you figure out your target market and your client's urgent needs and determine the number one result you provide to your client. So this is really why people buy. You want to create relentless demand for your products and services. So you've got to identify your target market, understand your client's urgent needs, and determine the number one result you provide for them. And when we go do this course, we're going to go through several exercises like this, where we look for different groups of people who use the kind of services you provide. We'll identify groups that you relate to, that you feel the most interest or excitement to work with. Maybe groups that you already know or have clients in, groups that you have the most knowledge about. So we're going to go through these exercises in a lot more depth when we do the course next week, starting next week. And we're also going to determine exactly who you serve. And it's possible that your target market may have already chosen you in terms of what your passions and talents are. So we'll take a look at all that fun stuff. And most importantly, we'll determine what your clients need. If you can identify your clients' urgent needs and compelling desires, then you will know what you need your video messages to be and what you need to know your video call to actions will be. So all of that will help you determine the big result you provide for your clients. If you can put that in a short statement, your big result that you provide for clients, it's going to make videos so much easier for you, because you will be able to have that as your call to action and have it as the overriding theme of your video, obviously, if it's a sales video especially. So consider that. We're going to look a lot more deeply into that as we go along. In the meantime, if you're just getting started, use your phone as your camera. Don't go out and spend a ton of money on a big fancy camera when the iPhones or Androids do just as good a job. You can use Zoom to record videos. You can go live to Facebook like we're doing here and now. You can use Loom. We'll talk a lot about that as well, to record one-off videos or demo videos. But the main thing is to know your goals before you shoot. You really have to figure out, what am I going to use? What's the goal? What's the best way to do the video to accomplish that objective? Now, there's been a lot of talk, obviously, about Zoom. A lot of people are using Zoom. I'm going to share some Zoom tips with you later on in this little training. And we'll also talk more next week about Loom, which is great for video outreach and video email. Soapbox is another tool from Wistia that also allows you to do video emails and quick little email messages. Facebook Live, again, is arguably the simplest way to do video. And what we're using here right now, StreamYard, is a third-party app to enhance your Facebook Lives. And StreamYard allows you to put these banners on like that, and to toggle between me on camera and the slides on camera, or just me on camera, or just slides on camera. So StreamYard gives you a lot more functionality in Facebook. So that's another tool that you can use to enhance your Facebook broadcasts. Rocco is barking again. What could he be barking at this time? Let's talk a little bit about video engagement, because it's a little bit now, a lot of folks are concerned about marketing too much, or how they should market, or what their message should be in the age of coronavirus. So again, you want to be timely and relevant. You don't want to be tone deaf. You have to consider what's going on in the world. And I think that a lot of us are getting really burnt out on all these "we're with you" messages from our banks and our car companies and our whatever's mortgage insurance. It's like, well, you know, you weren't with me when I had a problem and it took me 3 days to get you on the phone. But anyway, that's another story. I think we're getting burnt out on the "we're with you" messages. So be cognizant of that. Again, all you need to really do is be personal and authentic. So I am authentically toasting you again as I try this fine IPA. And we'll go back to the slides and keep this party going. All right, moving right along on our training here. This is really the missing piece. And I've done video since the dawn of YouTube in 2005, and before that in the TV business. The missing piece is that oftentimes people say, I need to do video, or I need to do Facebook Live, or I need to have a YouTube presence, all of which is true, but they're not really sure how or why. And the main thing is really that you have to have a strategy for your videos. You've got to put the cart before the horse, and you've got to figure out the right videos to do. So in our new program, the Video Marketing Plan, Create Your Video Marketing Plan in May, starting next Thursday at loubartone.com/plan, we will talk about planning and strategy and how to create those videos. So it's really kind of not a 30-day video challenge like we just did, but more of a targeted video challenge. So we're going to look at the 3 or 5 or 7 videos that you really need to have and give you a plan on how to create those. This one's going to have a full course workbook with all kinds of exercises to help you develop and build your video marketing plan. We're going to do 4 live training sessions every week, Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, starting next Thursday, May 14th. And it's a little bit different because we're going to really dig into the strategy and the planning behind this. So in the first week, we'll really talk about your business goals and get clarity around what you want your videos to accomplish. So we'll go through some of those exercises like I showed you briefly, like the big result you provide for your clients. And we will be integrating some of the exercises from Book Yourself Solid so that you can focus on your ideal client and your compelling offer. In the second week, or module 2, we'll talk about what you'll say on video. What is your video message? Speaking on video is a lot different than speaking in person or on stage. So we want to help you not only determine what to say, but how to say it. And we'll create a video content planner together for your video messages so you'll know exactly what to do when. So we'll get your goals down, we'll get your messaging down, and then we'll talk about technology and platforms like YouTube. We're going to go deep into YouTube and show you why it's so important to build and optimize your presence on YouTube. We're going to show you how to set up your channel for success, SEO best practices. We'll also look more at Facebook Live like this, talk a little bit about StreamYard, things like that. So this is going to be a really valuable week and a really valuable module, and something that really could be a course on its own. And then finally, in module 4, week 4, we'll pull it all together and you will have a video marketing plan. So we're going to look at how video can supercharge your marketing efforts and accelerate the sales process. We'll again be looking at Book Yourself Solid, but we'll also look at different plans and templates to give you a guide and a jumpstart for completing your own video marketing plan. So I think this is going to be really valuable and really effective. We're going to have everything in the Thinkific Learning Center. We're going to have a private Facebook group. And of course, we'll have live weekly trainings and Q&A calls. All of these goodies are $197 for the basic 4-week course. But if you use the promo code SAVE50, SAVE50, we'll knock $50 off that for you. You can also upgrade to coaching and done-for-you packages. But the $50 off, or the save $50, is on the $197, bringing that down to $147. So you got to have goals. You want to know, what is your overall goal for doing video? Is it visibility, awareness? Is it list building and community building? Is it sharing your message, driving traffic? And one video can accomplish many of these goals at the same time, but you want to reverse engineer your videos and start with the goal and work backwards. So decide, is this video strictly to generate sales? Is it to build my brand? Is it to educate? Is it to drive traffic to my website? Once you know the goal for the video, you will have much more success in creating that particular video. Makes sense, right? So let's talk strategy. And again, we'll talk much more about this in the course that starts next week, which you can see down there, loubartone.com/plan. And we're going to look at when and how to use YouTube. We're going to talk about leveraging live video. We'll talk about putting videos on your own website or blog. And we're going to look into video interviews, video podcasts, video summits, all of these things that I like to call visibility multipliers, because videos out there doing the work for you while you are somewhere else. So we're really going to get into the strategy and planning of this and talk about those visibility multipliers. But right now, I'm going to share with you some really cool tips and tricks for looking good on Zoom, among other things. Let's first talk about how to engage with video now in this, crazy semi-confined pandemic world that we're in. You want to be able to really engage and connect with your clients, since you cannot, in most cases, see them in person. You can set up regular Zoom chats or check-ins or social hours. My friend Laura Allen does a Pitch and Prosecco happy hour on Wednesdays most weeks. You can, let me come on screen here just for a second with my slides. You can go on Facebook and do scheduled or unscheduled broadcasts. I just decided to do this a few hours ago, so here we are. You want to be generous with your time and resources, share your expertise on podcasts and video interviews. You can create a Zoom mastermind group and meet weekly. I do that with my partner, Don Doherty, and share ideas and support. You can deliver online classes and courses that used to be live events. Most folks who had live events and big in-person events have had to change those to online virtual events. So you can do that as well. Why not? All right. So, whoops, I skipped around here. Let me go back to the slide that I'm supposed to be on. Here we go. So there are also several promotional tools that you can use while you're strictly online and not so much in person. One of them is, again, from Book Yourself Solid, and it's these crazy initials mean always have something to invite people to offer. So you want to do maybe a weekly Facebook Live or an Ask Me Anything or a Zoom meeting or a workshop, something where you can offer to folks for free so that they can see you and experience you and get to know you before they buy from you. So you want to have and always have something to invite people to offer. You can do Facebook Lives if you can do them consistently once a week or so or more. That's great. You can do Zoom webinars, a YouTube tips series, maybe personal video outreach, video email, video blog posts. I know some of my students are doing video interview series. Any of these things are going to be really powerful promotion tools, especially in the current situation that we are in. So, I keep skipping on the wrong slide here. So that's a few ways to engage with video now in this sort of pandemic world that we're in. But I want to also share with you some Zoom secrets. Let me see if I have any comments here while we're going. And so far, so good, guys. So far, so good. All right, so here's a couple of really, really cool Zoom secrets, some of which we've learned over time, some of which we've gotten from broadcast TV and other sources. First of all, don't look at the screen, look at the lens. This is really hard because usually, especially if you're on Zoom or something, you're looking at the people on screen and probably not looking at the lens, which in most cases may be at the top of your desktop or built into your computer. So you really want to try to train yourself to look at the lens rather than looking at the screen. Again, not the easiest thing in the world to do because you have to force yourself to look up where the camera is rather than down here. We've all seen these videos where somebody's little head is showing way up here or they're over here or they're all over the place. You want to make sure that you are looking into the camera and that the camera is at eye level. Again, nobody wants to look up your nose. Nobody wants the camera that the screen's way down here and you're looking up or looking down. You want to have the camera at eye level, more or less at eye level, so that you're looking into the camera. You don't want to do nose cam. That's not a good look. Light from the front. Make sure the light's coming from the front of you so you don't get washed out. You don't want too much light coming in from the back because it'll really mess up your the way you look. You want to try to engage your audience as well. This is particularly important on Zoom, where you've got the chat function and things like that. You can answer questions. You can engage the audience with polls. usually the best practice is to try to involve your audience every 8 minutes or so. So try to get some engagement and back and forth with them. Also use body language and be expressive. You can use that whole space. You can lean in, lean out. You just want to make sure that you're on screen. There's not too much chaos in the background. And, it's totally fine to fill the frame, because that's a lot more engaging than if I was, down here slouching or something. So use body language, be expressive, and fill the whole frame. So make sure that you are dominant in that frame and that your eyes are at camera level. Those are a few tips for Zoom, and I suppose Facebook Live too. I want to give you a freebie and a little bonus for tuning in today to Facebook Live, and that are cool Zoom backgrounds. You can use these on StreamYard. You can use them on Zoom. You can see I have my fake background here, and I've taken a collection of some of my favorite backgrounds that you can use and download for your own use. These are all totally fine to use. I've got everything from the Death Star and Star Wars to New York and LA and insides and outsides and all kinds of cool stuff. What you will need to do if you want to get this freebie is go to loubartone.com/plan and scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see a link to access any or all of these Zoom screens, which is kind of fun, just a little freebie. And it's no accident that I'm, making you go to the sales page for this program to go get them, because I want you to see the sales page, and I want you to join this program because it's going to kick butt. All right, so that's the deal. The course that starts next week is Create Your Video Marketing Plan in May. It starts on Thursday, May 14th at 2 p.m. All of the live calls will be at 2 p.m. each Thursday, Eastern time. Everything's recorded. Everything's put into the Thinkific area. It's a 4-week live course that includes the exercises and the workbook and the worksheets, a private Facebook group, Q&A calls, and all kinds of great support to help you create and execute a video marketing plan. If you are able to get on there today and order by midnight tonight with the promo code SAVE50, you can knock $50 off the $197 price of the course. All you have to do is, when you go to the checkout page, you'll see a promo code box, and you put the word SAVE50, all caps, all one word, SAVE50, into the promo code box and click apply, and that will take it down to $147. So that should help. And if that's not enough, I'm also going to throw in some bonus tech sessions called What the Tech, and teach you some tech tips and tools. And there's yet another bonus number 2. We'll give you a whole kit on TikTok marketing. I've resisted this for a long time because it skews much younger. It's not really my audience, but people have asked about it. So ask and you shall receive. We'll give you some worksheets and info on TikTok marketing with TikTok. So that's the deal, folks. I hope you'll join us for this class that starts next week at loubartone.com/plan. You can save $50 with the promo code SAVE50. Let me just check in here and see if there are any questions. I think we're good. There's my banner. All right. There's our little numbers here for PowerPoint. loubartone.com/plan. And if you want to knock $50 off the price, use the promo code SAVE50. All caps, SAVE50. So that is what we have for you this evening for this quick little training. Feel free to go back and watch if you missed anything. We talked about Zoom tips. We talked about video goals. We talked about video engagement and video tools. So check it out if you missed any, and be sure to join us for the much more intensive and fun-filled course called Create Your Video Marketing Plan in May at loubartone.com/plan, and SAVE50 is the promo code to knock $50 off. That's what I got. Hope you like it. Hope it helps. And hang in there. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. And we will see you next time. Actually, we'll see you tomorrow for another Facebook Live, a different Facebook Live at 1 p.m. Eastern on my Facebook channel. Until then, have a great night. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.